We're here with head coach Dustin Young after a very impressive win over Peru State, 78-68, the final. Coach, I have a lot to get to with you. Just a very impressive performance overall, one of your best performances since you've been here. But I got to start with Trishelle Porter, 26 points, just provided a spark and a jolt off the bench. Every time they started to kind of make a comeback, get back in it, she knocked down a couple more. 8 triples today, just a career performance for her.
Yeah, the lid finally came off the basket and also for our team. We've been struggling shooting the ball from three-point line, and so just massive, great game. Showed that she didn't get down. She just came in, just prepared for the game, and had her shot ready, and it was good today.
And defensively, you guys have just been sensational. The last few games you've held the last 3 opponents coming into the day under 50 points. You hold the best team offensively in the conference to 37.5% from the field. At the end of the day, Kylie Davis got hers, but nobody else really got going. And you guys were able to do enough today to hold them below their season averages.
Yeah. And I told her going through the line, she has my vote for Player of the Year. She's just so tough. Credit to Coach Lang for heading up our defense. He's been our defensive coordinator. That's why I hired him, was to run our defense. I just didn't think our defense was very good last year. With me running both sides of the ball and all that, it's right why I hired him, was to come in and run the defense, and he's doing a phenomenal job with that. And so us to have the ability to mix up defenses, keeps teams on their toes, has just been massive, and our kids have completely bought into it.
Yeah, I definitely think buy-in is definitely a word I'd use. It felt like just everybody that touched the floor was ready to go. They did their job. I mean, Taylor was competing, running all over the floor.
Yeah.
Before Gerke picked up the foul, she was all over the floor, running around. KJ, Pat, Key, Copeland were all tough inside.
Yeah.
You didn't grab every rebound, but
No.
you were in there, and you were sticking in there and fighting. And at the end of the day, the rebounding in the fourth quarter was there, and you guys were able to help close it out.
Yeah, and for Peru, their biggest attribute is scoring the basketball with Diaz, and then also rebounding. And so we knew it was going to be tough tonight to out-rebound them. And just super happy with our efforts, super happy with our performance. We've been talking all week. We didn't focus on Missouri Baptist. We didn't focus on Peru today. All we focused on was ourselves all week long and going 1-0 each and every day. We went 1-0 on Monday, 1-0 on Tuesday, 1-0 on Wednesday. We've just stacked all those days, and we went 6-0 this week, and now we just got to continue that on to next week.
How can you carry that into this stretch against Baker and at William Woods? And then you'll have that road game at Benedictine. You got a couple more games here before things really heat up again for you guys. But you're taking another jump here as a program this year. I was talking about all broadcasts along, 2 second-year head coaches that have seen improvements from their teams.
Yeah, definitely with Peru State as well. Yeah.
What do you think about your team just as they come down here in mid-January and look to continue this win streak?
I just think they can just continue to buy in. They're doing it. We have spent these last 2 weeks really just focusing on ourselves, focusing on our skill developments, and being just laser focused on what we want to do. I thought in the first sorry for my son Grayson. I thought in the first half of the season we were focused on too many things and tried too many things. And when we came back from break, we just went laser focused on what we wanted to do, who we wanted to be. And I think right now it's hopefully starting to pay off. But there's still a lot more basketball left to play, and we got to have that 1-0 mindset, and we got to attack that off day tomorrow with a 1-0 mindset. Well,
Coach, thank you so much. Great win today. Looking forward to seeing you guys continue this on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We will have the men's game coming up in just a few minutes. Testing, testing. Apologies for the technical difficulties. CMU up 4-3. James, he elevates and one.
Start this game, Central Methodist getting downhill, getting to the rim. What an impressive finish that time by James.
Griggs is out. Denham Johnson is in for the Bobcats. James, a 68% shooter from the foul line, unable to pay that one off. And it's a 6-3 advantage for CMU. A couple of turnovers early for the Bobcats. Led by Roman Gentry in his 4th season at the helm. Skip pass outside into the corner. Money for Quentin Wright. Ogene from distance. That's well off target. That's been a real frustration for Coach Sherman this year. It's not necessarily taking threes, it's taking them at the right spots.
That's a great point. And that time, not really out of the offense that time. It was just a catch and shoot. There was one pass that time in the half-court offense. You know, Christian TDN for Peru State, you mentioned over 100 games played for Peru State. It's kind of climate and culture of college basketball today, Aaron. That's kind of unheard of. A lot of respect to that young man for sticking with it at one place for so long.
He's had a lot of success, 3 straight 20-win seasons for the Bobcats. And Prater picks up the foul against Lado. It's his first personal. Lado, a 6'7" senior from Louisville. He's transferred a couple of places, most recently from Colorado State Pueblo. He's been their leading scorer, 14 a game. He's been very efficient, shooting 42% from distance, 77% at the stripe, and is 58% overall from the field, as 5th best in the conference. And he gives Peru State the 2-point advantage. James thought about the 3, instead attacks, floats it up, and gets help from the rim.
Nice ball fake outside the 3 that time by James. That's 2 nice drives to the basket earlier in this basketball game by James.
TDN puts it up and in.
Wow. Stretch 5, knocking it down from about 25, Aaron. What a shot.
He's shooting 40% from distance this year. Bit of a breakout year as a senior. Taking on more of a role as there's Reams, rejected by Lado, but there is a foul as Reams hits the deck hard.
And that's what you kind of like about conference play in January, mid-January. We're getting ready to get into February. Early in the season, we talked about the grind that's coming. We're here. We talked about the heart being really a lot of teams in the middle right now trying to work their way into that top 8 position. Still a ton of basketball left to play, but pretty physical play. Nice drive by Reams, but nothing easy this time of year in the Heart of America Conference when you get up around that rim.
Split trip for Reams. He's getting to the foul line almost 8 attempts a game. Lado heaves it, and that rattles out. Peru State is the best 3-point shooting team in the conference at 38% as a unit, top 20 nationally. Jab step, and Ogene has it ripped away. Okay, able to recollect and fire it into Ogene. Doubled, ripped away from him, got it back, and then a unsettled possession ends with a turnover. Up ahead, Quentin Wright from the corner. He's got it again. Wright, a 6'5" junior from Flower Mound, Texas. He puts Peru State up by 5. Prater dumps it in. Gay spins baseline, rejected, and a foul on Levitt.
A little extra frustration by Levitt here, knocking the backstop behind the basket, but I think it was a good call. Like Central attacking the basket, making sure Gay's getting some touches down inside.
Eagles
Converted the free throw line.
Eagles are looking for Gay to find his game again after a couple of quiet performances. 9 points against Missouri Baptist, just 4 points, 4 rebounds against Graceland. Came in averaging 18 a game. He's got the best field goal percentage in the conference at 65%, one of the top rebounders as well. I need him and Reams to be on point together.
Certainly early in this basketball game, he's getting some opportunities. I like the way Central Methodist is getting him the basketball. Had a nice drive from the free throw line earlier in this game. Last possession, caught it down low.
3-point ball game, almost 5 minutes in. Wright kicks it out. This three-pointer is off the heel for Ihokwu. Peru State averaging 79 a game as a team, but they are highly efficient from the field as well. 48%, second best in the conference. They've been that type of team under Gentry. Wright gets it away. Johnson across, Wright hangs, and he drew a foul.
Well, Peru State is long, aren't they, Aaron? Got some athleticism. Multiple players get downhill. We've seen several kids knock down the three early.
So we have the under 15 timeout. Peru State 14, CMU 11. We'll step aside on the Heart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
(14-11) lead for Peru State over CMU. 14:58 remaining in the first half. Aaron Mosier with Dave Fox on the Heart Conference Network. Eagles looking to get back in the win column today. A couple of losses in a row in their road trip after they had defeated William Woods 79-68. Peru State looking to extend a 4-game winning streak with Quentin Wright at the line, shooting 69% from the stripe this season. He misses the first one. Peru State picked to finish second in the conference. Struggled a bit to start the season, 5-7 to start, but have since been averaging 81 points per game in those 4 wins and getting to the free throw line at a really nice pace this month. Be a tough game tonight for the Eagles to pull an upset. James over to Reams. He wants the pick. James off the bounce, spins. Kept his pivot foot. Gay with 6 on the shot clock. Spins, hook shot falls.
Nice pass by James that time. You talking earlier, getting the big guy going. 6 early points here in this basketball game. Nice move.
They go right back to Quentin Wright against the smaller Reams. He's doubled, spins away from it, and that is an impressive move from Quentin Wright. Up ahead, Ogene. Pump faking a drive. Got it blocked away. Peru State up by 4. Quentin Wright with 10 early points. Lado inside, TD in, rejected. Got it back. Fires it out. Johnson feeds it into Lado. Turnaround missed. Reams to Ogene. Off the bounce, Reams hoists. Off the heel, James is there. Keeps it alive for CMU. Reams has the big man, Tedian off the bounce. He dances, turnaround, falls.
Good spacing that time by Central Methodist. Had an isolation on the left side. He chose not to do it. Got the ball back to Reams, middle of the floor. Plenty of room to operate. Nice finish that time, Isaiah Reams.
Lado against Prater. Faces up. Wants to work. Little shake, turnaround, falls.
We just talked about isolation by Central Methodist that time. Great job by Peru State. Right side of the floor, just one-on-one action. Peru State won that battle.
Reams is wide open, and he drains it. Averaging 19 points a game, almost 20 for Reams. He averaged 30 a game last week against both William Woods and Graceland. He brings the double against Lado. Skip pass outside to Hookwu. He can't convert, rebound to Reams. Gay in transition, oh baby! What a flush, and CMU takes the lead. Hookwu. Oh, what a move. Slithers in. Reams has space for a long two. Now it's off side iron. Up ahead, Lado. A little too tall for him. It's CMU possession, 11:34 to play, first half.
You know, you get this time of year and we've got some substitutions for the first time in this basketball game. Aaron, depth is so important. You get to January and February, these coaches build their rosters back at the beginning of the year, and first time we're going to see some new faces in this basketball game.
And that depth certainly being tested for CMU this season with a couple of departures from the roster. Real challenge for Matt Sherman to deal with. P.J. Perkins up top to Reams. Bonaparte hesitates, scoops it up off the window.
10 seconds into the basketball game on the offensive end. What a move, Isaiah Bonaparte.
Very different lineups on the floor for both sides. A little bit smaller. Feet inside, Jamel Hollins is fouled.
Aaron, you know, when you have those substitutions, it's so important that you communicate. That time Central Methodist was not matched up. Got to make sure you know, got that communication, make sure everybody's matched up, you know who's guarding who and what have you, and Peru State, great job identifying that.
Some of the first free throw attempts for Hollins this year, senior from Aurora, Colorado. Tied at 22 apiece. Splits his trip. Isaiah Reams stays in the game. He's playing 34 minutes of contest. One of the highest usage players in the country. There's a turnover. Hollins up ahead to Tedian for a little finger roll. 2-point lead for the Bobcats. They have struggled away from Peru. 2 and 5 on the road. Not so much today. Tedian with another steal. Reams able to hustle back and get one for the Eagles. Oh, what a move over the top. Euro step missed. Johnson. Hookwu. He wants to dance against Perkins, and that's it's close to a carry. Johnson off the pick. Hands it off. Griggs against Bonaparte. That's a forearm shiver. No whistles yet on this possession. 4 on the shot clock. Hollins back out. Hookwu has to heave. And that's short. Got his miss. Pump fake. Reverse. Wild possession ends with 2 points for Peru State.
Central's got to do a better job on the offensive glass. Defended very well that initial possession, but obviously offensive rebounds, more so than not, will come back to get you.
Bobcats win the rebounding battle 11-5 early. Gay fouled by Hollins. And we've hit the under 10 timeout. Bobcats with a fight, shooting 60% from the field and 4 of 8 from distance. And they've had quite the boost from Quentin Wright with 9 points for Peru State. Bobcats with the lead right now. We'll step aside on the Hart Conference Network. .9:33 to play first half. Peru State 26, Central Methodist 22. Aaron Mosier with the Eagles Hall of Famer Dave Fox with you on the Hart Conference Network. Cold day in mid-Missouri. Warm here in Puckett Fieldhouse, especially on offense for both sides. 60% from the field for Peru State, 56 for CMU.
You talk about
possession out of the timeout.
Yeah, sorry, and you talk about Raphael Gay kind of not doing what he has been doing the last couple games from a point production. 8 early points here in the first half. Doing a great job.
And no whistle inside. Eagles can't buy one of those right now. Ihokwu off the screen against Perkins, and well, they were letting them play for a moment.
It's almost like you can't be too aggressive outside the three-point line, but you can do what you want in the paint so far in this game, and players got to adapt to that.
So Ogene returns, Perkins and James on the bench. Johnson hands it back off Ihokwu. On the perimeter, they hand it off to Griggs. Great hedge by Gay. 6 on the shot clock. Step back 3. And that is well off target. These threes have either been in or wildly ugly. So CMU possession down by 4. Eagles 1-3 in the month of January, averaging just 70 a game. Bonaparte wants to change that. He accelerates and has a couple of buckets today.
He's been a spark plug since he's been entered in this basketball game. 2 nice drives so far for him.
Off the bounce, Johnson's pull-up is off the mark. Bonaparte across the timeline for CMU. He's got room, puts it into Gay, who has the mismatch. Spins off, and in is rejected by Johnson. Tedian unable to save it. Johnson can leap, that's for sure.
Peru State's doing a nice job. Sometimes they're doubling as soon as Gay catches it in the paint. That time, they kind of waited for his initial move. You're talking about Gay had a mismatch that time. Good rotation from the backside. Got a piece of it. Ball stays with Central Methodist under.
Big Tom in for Raphael Gay. Reams is fouled. So that's 16 fouls on the Bobcats, 4 on CMU. Correction, 5 team fouls for Peru State. First personal on Johnson. Giddy over to Ogene. He kicks it out to Bonaparte, and that 3 is short. Good crowd on hand here in Puckett Fieldhouse, under 8 minutes to play first half. And what a steal by Bonaparte in the open floor, and he'll take the layup.
Great anticipation that time by Isaiah Bonaparte, and just said it a minute ago, he has been a spark off the bench for Central Methodist here in this game.
Redshirt freshman stepping into a bigger role in the second semester, and he's right back on the basketball. Need him to continue to grow Out to Ogene. High arcer off the heel. Big Tom the board. Reeves behind the back. Over to Giddy. Eagles reset the possession with on the shot clock. Bonaparte. Long two, denied. Lado up ahead. Bonaparte hustles.
He's got like 3 steals and 3 possessions, right?
Did.
Amazing.
Not often you see that. Big Tom muscles in.
Score.
Missed it. Off of Lado, out of bounds, stays with CMU. Been a bit of a strange first half, I would say.
It's been very physical. Both teams have gotten the ball inside. Both teams offensively, at least at the last media timeout, have been shooting the ball relatively well. But it has been kind of interesting. I would agree.
Reeves curls around. Floater off target. So tie ball game, 26 apiece. With 6:40 remaining in the half. Cleared out for Lovett, who misses. Right the rebound, takes a couple of shoves, and flips it up and in for an and one. Just wanted the basketball more, got to it, and got to his spot.
And you talked about the offensive rebounding advantage for Peru State. There it is again. Central did a nice job initially defensively, but second chance points, I'm sure when we get to halftime, that'll be a stat that will definitely lean towards Peru State.
So 12 points, now 13 already for Quentin Wright, who entered the day averaging less than 5 a game. Peru State also enters with a plus 5.5 rebounding margin a game, top 3 in the Hart Conference. And CMU has struggled in that department. Still hanging around, down by 3. Bonaparte accelerates, hangs against Stubblefield, and draws the foul. So Bonaparte to the stripe, where he is shooting 68% from the foul line, 4.5 points per game for the redshirt freshman from Hickman High School. Good to see Everett Stubblefield on the floor. Graduate senior, had a great career in an Eagles uniform. 3 points away from 1,000 for his career. Was Hart second team a couple of times with the Eagles and averaged 15 a game, shot 34% from distance. Bonaparte drains both. 1 point deficit for CMU. 6:05 to play first half. Wright against Bonaparte. Muscles in. Hounded, slipped, got it away to James. One-on-one, the open floor. A couple of crossovers. Turn around, off the window, it's good.
First lead for Central Methodist in some time, 30-29.
That is 8 turnovers for Peru State. Tidian feeds it into Lado. Pump fake. Great defense by Giddy. Tidian the other direction. Skips it up top. A jab for Lovett. Back out to Tidian. And that's in. And Roman Gentry calls a timeout. Peru State up by 2. 5:22 remaining in the first half. I believe this timeout is on the floor. No, full timeout. But we'll keep it with you with the under 5 timeout coming up. Eagles shooting 46% from the floor. Peru State 55%. They're 5 of 10 from distance. CMU 1 of 5. So some trends holding, coming in what we expected, but the turnovers that CMU has forced has helped to give them a little bit of a leg in this game.
Absolutely, and they've converted off those turnovers as well. And I don't know if I've seen an individual with 3 steals in 3 possessions. Isaiah Bonaparte. 3 heads-up plays, and again, it's great to see Central convert off of those turnovers, and it's almost everybody kind of like a quiet game. Both teams offensively are playing pretty well. Foul counts really are not that big of an issue with either team, and it's going to be a grind this afternoon for both these teams to see which one comes out on top.
Trying to give you a score update from around the Hart. Missouri Valley final over Mount Mercy, 80-71. In Marshall, the Vikings, one of those teams ahead of CMU in the standings, and they had that close win with Devin Davenport's performance this year against the Eagles in the first semester. Culver Stockton on top of Park 31-29. And Canton Baker right now leading Graceland 21-17. The Yellow Jackets had their first slip up in conference play against William Penn this week, and that broke their double-digit long win streak. Big Tom down low against Lado. Navigates, spins to the right hand, and almost ripped away. 9 on the shot clock for the Eagles.
I like the fact Big Tom is looking to score. Just one-on-one, no double. I like the aggressive play.
Bonaparte curls around. Up top, Giddy. 3 on the shot clock. Bonaparte tees it up, and it's a bit short. The Eagles now 1 of 6 from distance. They're shooting 32.5% as a team entering the day. That is 10th in the heart. Stubblefield off the bounce, crossover, swings it, love it, well off the mark. Bonaparte, step back, in and out, dribble, gets it into Big Tom, and there's a foul. There's the shiftiness from Bonaparte.
You talk about Reams banking so many minutes per game, Aaron. Bonaparte, we've seen some positive things here. The last couple of minutes has been running the point. Nice to see.
Big Tom 1 of 3 at the foul line this year, and now he's 2 of 4. Prater returns, so Reams, Bonaparte, James, Big Tom, Prater, and Ogene on the floor. Eagles now 7 of 9 at the foul line. Entered the night shooting 68% from there as a team. That's 12th in the heart. Has not been their strength, nor has it been this month. 66% at the foul line. There's a nice feed on the backdoor cut to Quentin Wright, who is having himself quite the afternoon. 15 points already for him. Two-point ball game. Reams has Tedian on him, but they'll work it away. Bonaparte into Gay for the jam. There was 2 mismatches they could exploit off the switch. They take the one to Raphael Gay.
How about that pass by Bonaparte?
Having him a really nice first half. Hollins to a wide open Tedian, rejected by Raphael Gay. What a recovery. Bonaparte out to Ogene. Off the heel. Really nice sequence for Raphael Gay, though. What a recovery on that last possession. Loose ball, tap to Tedian. He bounces it. Then outside, Stubblefield for 1,000. Rattles it in. So a careening possession ends with Everett Stubblefield's 1,000th point for his career. Out of Chicago, Illinois. Puts the Bobcats up by a triple. Prater, baseline, poked away, loose ball. Tedian dives on the floor. Great hustle. Stubblefield in transition, can't flip it in. Hollins leaps off of Bonaparte. Peru State possession with 2:25 to play in the half.
Well, back and down we go, back and forth we go, and what hustle that time by Peru State. Big fella diving on the floor, saving that basket.
Unsettled game to say the least. Lado able to recollect and face up against Prater. Spin move, double, got it in over Raphael Gay.
2 Eagles, Prater and Gay that time, Aaron. What a move. Nice touch. Big bucket.
Reams off the bounce. Cut off, out to Prater. Reams a jab step. O'Guinea attacks inside, lays it up and in. Back to a 3-point game, a minute 50 to play, first half. Wright, 15 points, skips it over, Ledoux, pump fake, back to Wright. Great recovery by CMU. Wright can't pay it off. Up ahead, Raphael Gay muscles in and he's having himself a nice first half. That's 12 points for the big fella. And we have a timeout with a minute 25 remaining in the first half. We'll step aside for a short break on the Hart Conference Network.
Are we off?
Back to action. A minute 15 remaining in the half. Stubblefield off the fake, and that's a foul against Prater.
Boy, it's a tough foul. Great fake that time by Stubblefield. Got Prater off the floor. Guarantee that's one of those Prater'd like to have back with his size. He's got 6-7 inches on Stubblefield. All he needs is just raise his hands to contest that. Leaves his feet.
In a Peru State uniform, Stubblefield averaging almost 9 points a game. 37% from distance and 78% at the stripe. Giddy in for CMU, joining Gay, James, O'Guinea, and Reams. 2-point lead for Peru State, a minute 5 remaining in the first half. Run the back cut looking for James. Reams comes around the pick. Stubblefield harasses him. Off the bounce, Reams over to Giddy. Back to Reams. Skip pass, James. It's Wright. Muscles in, floats it up the window.
Good individual effort that time by James. Big bucket. Back and forth we go.
8 points for James. Gay with the steal, and look out. Woo! That's a windmill. It's a dunk contest in the first half for Raphael Gay. That's 3 beauties. Ten seconds to go. Tedian, jump stop, fouled.
What a great read by Tedian that time. Little scissor action, split the high post. Faked it both times, and good rip drive to the left side of the floor. I assume this is halftime. They're keeping the players on the floor. Has the buzzer gone off, Aaron?
The buzzer did go off. I figured that they could have added maybe a second back, but I suppose they'll make everybody line up for the half regardless.
Yep, put 0.8 seconds back on the clock.
Tedian comes up empty at the line, but Hollins got it back. Gay rejects it. And after a chaotic, unsettled, yet entertaining first half filled with dunks by Raphael Gay, steals by Isaiah Bonaparte, and overall great effort by the Eagles. They lead Peru State 42-40. Not a perfect performance for either side, to say the least, but both sides shooting above 51%. from the field. Raphael Gay, 14 points. Isaiah Reams, Bonaparte, James, each with 8. Quentin Wright with 14 for the Bobcats, and Christian Tedian with 8. That was an unsettled, chaotic first half. Both sides still feels like they're finding their footing and really their comfortability in this game. But obviously it's going to be a high-scoring affair. We expected that coming in, and so far it's been that.
Good offense by both teams. Something you talked about pregame. Gay getting on track offensively. He's had a really nice game, 14 points, some very impressive dunks, I would add. And, hey, we'll see where we're at. Second half, 20 minutes to go. It'll be interesting to see how this thing plays out.
We will step aside. 42-40 lead for CMU. Hairston Hall of Fame Day here in Fayette.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please direct your attention to the floor? I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the Hairston Hall of Fame class of 2026. Our first inductee is Morgan Vetter-Gross, class of 2015. Morgan was a 2-year member of the women's basketball team from 2013 to 2015. As a junior, she led the country in 3-point field goals made per game and total threes made, with the latter setting the single-season school record. She was named an honorable mention All-American for both the NAIA and the WBCA. As a senior, she once again led the country in 3-point field goals made and knocked down a school record 10 threes against Bay Path. On December 29, 2013, she earned NAIA honorable mention All-American honors for the second consecutive season that year. In just 2 years, she finished her career with 949 total points and is second in career 3-point baskets made with 246. Ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Vetter-Gross. Our next inductee in the class of 2013, Andrew Greeley. He pitched 2 seasons for the Eagles baseball program in 2012 and 13. As a senior, he was named the Hart Pitcher of the Year and a first-team all-conference selection, posting a 9-1 record through 11 starts, which included a perfect game against Graceland on April 7, 2013. He was named both Harbor America and NAIA National Pitcher of the Week for his performance against the Yellow Jackets. As a member of the 2013 program, Greedy and the Eagles won the conference regular season championship and conference tournament championship, while also qualifying for the program's first ever appearance in the NAIA National Tournament. Finished his career with a 16-3 record, 2 years on the bump, and is still second all-time in career earned run average and number 10 all-time in career strikeouts. Andrew Greedy. Our next honoree for the class of 2009, Jeff Blavel. Jeff played for 4 years on the men's basketball team from 2005 to 2009. During his 4 seasons in Fayette, he scored 1,126 points, becoming the 24th member in program history to join the 1,000-point club. During his senior season in 2008-09, Blavel helped lead the Eagles to a 28-7 record and an appearance in the Hart Tournament Championship game. The Eagles advanced to the NAIA National Tournament in Kansas City and upset number 4 Georgetown in the first round. For his efforts during his senior year, Blavel was recognized as a Hart First-Team All-Conference selection and NAIA Honorable Mention All-American, and named the Estes Male Athlete of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Blavel. Our next honoree from the class of 2011 is Stephanie Sullivan Lott. Stephanie was playing 4 seasons with the Eagles softball program from 2008 to 2011. She was a 2-time team captain for Central Methodist and played 208 career games. She was a 3-time Hart First-Team All-Conference selection at third base, as well as a 2-time NFCA All-Midwest Region First-Team honoree. She helped lead her team to both a Hart regular season and tournament championship in 2008 and a regular season crown in 2011. Her name can still be found in the top 10 of numerous career and single-season statistical categories, including career RBIs, career doubles, career home runs, single-season hits, and single-season doubles. Academically, a two-time Academic All-District First Team honoree in the 2011 Costa Academic First Team All-American. She was also named the Darla Payer Outstanding Female Athlete as a senior, Stephanie Sullivan-Platt. And our next honoree, class of 2010, Dan Schmidlin. Dan has been a part of CMU soccer since arriving on campus in 2008. In 18 seasons, he has amassed a combined record of 300, 141, and 35, and a 250-win, 90-loss, 27-tie record with the Eagle women's team. Schmidlin reached 300 career wins in Central's Heart Tournament semifinal win over Benedictine this past November. His 250 career wins with the women's program put him in the top 25 of all-time winningest coaches in NAIA history. Under Schmidlin's guidance, the women qualified for the NAIA National Tournament in 8 straight seasons, including a semifinal trip in 2021. Additionally, Central has won 7 regular season conference championships and 6 tournament titles. Schmidlin is a 5-time Heart of America Coach of the Year, and to date has coached 91 all-conference selections and 23 All-Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Schmidlin. Next up, Mark and Rebecca Harbison from the class of 76 to the class of 77. Mark and Rebecca have been part of the CMU family for nearly 5 decades. Mark played on one of CMU's first men's soccer teams, helping launch a tradition that continues today, while Rebecca was an active student leader and loyal supporter. Together, they've opened their home and hearts to generations of students and their families, both international and American. Through the International Friendship Family Program, they've shared meals, encouragement, and friendship, becoming familiar faces at all athletic events and trusted vendors off the field. Their care has reached across borders, reassuring families around the world and strengthening bonds here at home. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark and Rebecca Harbison. And last, we'd like to honor the 2018 and 2019 men's soccer teams. Led by Hairston Hall of Fame coach Alex Nichols, the 2018 CMU men's soccer team won the school's first ever national championship, defeating rival Missouri Valley College in the title game on December 1st, 2018 in Irvine, California. Additionally, the team won the program's first Heart regular season championship, finishing the year with a 21-2-2 record and a 9-1-1 mark in the Heart of America. The 2018 squad featured 5 NAIA All-Americans, highlighted by the NAIA National Player of the Year and the NAIA First Team All-American Adrian Gutierrez. The coaching staff was named the United Soccer Coaches Association Staff of the Year, and Coach Alex Nichols was named the NAIA Coach of the Year. As if that weren't enough, in 2019, the men's soccer team won a second consecutive NAIA National Championship, finishing the year with a 25-1 record, a Heart regular season and conference tournament championship, and a #1 national ranking. The team broke numerous school records along the way, including most wins in a season, fewest losses, and highest single-season winning percentage. Central was dominant on the field all season, ranking first in the nation on goals scored, second in assists, and second in shutouts. In the national tournament, the Eagles defeated Hastings College in the championship game 3-1. For the second straight year, the program earned 5 NAIA All-Americans. The coaching staff was recognized the NAIA United Soccer Coaches National Staff of the Year, and Alex Nichols was named NAIA Coach of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 and the 2019 men's soccer team. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for the newest class of the Central Methodist Hairston Hall of Fame.
Just about set for the start of the second half here in Fayette, Puckett Fieldhouse. CMU 42, Peru State 40, competitive back and forth. First half of action between the Bobcats and Eagles, both sides shooting above 51% from the field. Peru State 6 of 12 from distance. CMU 1 of 7 Raphael Gay has poured in 14 points. Peru State has turned it over 9 times, and that has led to 3 steals for Isaiah Bonaparte, 8 points for him. Reams with 8, Kevin James with 8. And right now we've got a close game. Dave, what do you expect to see out of the Eagles here in the second half for them to keep this game in their control?
Yeah, real quick, Aaron, prior to that, congratulations to the class of 2026 Hall of Fame here at Central Methodist. Great banquet today. Tremendous athletes being recognized, as well as coaches and people that have contributed to Central Methodist over the years. Just a great day. As far as this game, both teams have shot the ball well. Can they continue to do so? Peru's turnover count in the first half probably a little higher than they would like. At the same time, they have a plus 13 rebounding margin. So I'll be looking at turnovers, rebounding, and who can stay hot here in the second half.
Quentin Wright had himself a first half with 15 points. Tedian finds him wide open in the corner. And he can't pay it off. Rattles off. Reams with the basketball. He was named to the Bevo Francis Top 100 watch list for one of the best small college players in the country. Averaging almost 20 points a game, and look at him, race to the bucket.
He makes such a great first step, and he can't get help because Central's got shooters in the corners. What really opens up that gap, that driving lane. Aaron, he has been good at that all year and certainly is deserving of those nominations. Man, what a great play.
Right denied by Raphael Gay. With his second block of the afternoon. 14 points, 3 rebounds for the big fella. Tedian works against him. Spins. James brings the double. And that's great defense. It hits Tedian. Ogene from deep. And high archer falls.
Central back-to-back offensive possessions. 5 points, extending this lead to 7.
Skip pass over to Griggs. He drives against Ogene. Stop, turn around.
Good. Oh my. What in the world? Sorry.
I'm as speechless as you are.
No, it wasn't a forearm, but he just pushed him out of the way with the ball. It was great defense, I think, and it just didn't look right.
No,
How's
it
that,
didn't.
Aaron?
Not from up here. The whistle has been a little hard to ascertain today. Griggs misses the front end. And Peru State now 7 of 12 at the foul line this afternoon. And they bring a little bit of full court pressure. Reams up to Gay! Oh my goodness! We have liftoff on both sides of the floor.
That would be what you call perfect execution of the press offense.
Right out to Lovett, off the heel. Reams with the rebound. Eagles up by 8 in a blink. Their largest lead of the afternoon. Reams spins, muscles.
And one. Ooh.
He's able to draw the whistle.
Again, his pace, Aaron Reams is just so good with the basketball and his initial steps and creates context, plays through contact. He has really come out here to start the second half. And how about Gay with 14 points here? How about his defensive effort tonight? He's done a great job on the defensive end so far in this basketball game.
We talked about it pregame. You need both Reams and Gay to find their stride because they have not had their best the past couple of games in that road trip. 13 points for Reams, 16 for Raphael Gay. Two of the best players in the Hart Conference. Lado outside, Lovett. Back to Lado against Prater. There's the foul.
Stay on the floor. Good position that time initially, and again, give Peru State nice job getting him off his feet. earning the right for 2 free throws.
This is a tough matchup for Austin Prater against Lado. Peru State team that has returned just 2 major contributors from last season's group that took a trip to the opening round, lost to Bethel 83-69, but won 22 games. Replacing Carlos Hines, who was Hart first teamer, averaging 19 a game, and Devin Tomlinson, who was a second team member. 3 personal fouls on Prater, 9-point lead for CMU. Ogene hangs, flips it up, drew the whistle.
Again, not a lot of help, especially when it's the value of having Gay being being the post player, his ability to step outside the 3-point line and shoot. Same thing with Peru State with their big stretch 5, opens up the paint, good read, nice drive.
And that is 3 personal fouls on Ashton Lovett, one of their leading scorers, and so that'll bring in Denham Johnson, who has done a phenomenal job off the bench. Largest lead of the afternoon for CMU by 11, 53-42. The Eagles shooting 55.5% from the field. Peru State down to 44%. Griggs off the switch, tries to feed it in. Tedian able to rip it away. Bounce underneath to Johnson. He is able to navigate for the layup. Impressive persistence there by the Bobcats on that possession. Reams off the crossover, hangs, can't fall off the window. Gay stays active. Lado tracks it down. And Ogene on the floor. And Johnson with the reverse.
Well, a couple opportunities there by Central. I thought Gay had a chance on that offensive rebound. Couldn't quite corral it. Good heads-up hustle play by Peru State to cut this lead to 7.
Gay wants to work. Falling away. Tough finish.
That's aggressive as it gets right there.
He's got a bit of his mojo back today. 18 points. Tedian. Great defense by CMU. Timely double set by James.
Yep. And Tedian's going to get the ball inside the paint. Central's made the decision. The double's going to come from somewhere. James, a good job that time.
10th turnover of the day for Peru State.
Aaron, I think Central has scored on every possession but one here to start this second half.
Gay goes to work against Tedian, muscles in. They're letting him play, and look at the strength. James can't tap it in. Griggs. Into Lado. Against Giddy. That's a tough look. Good defense by CMU in this second half. James against Griggs. Look at the bumps that both sides are absorbing. They're letting them play.
That might be an understatement, Aaron Mosier. It is extremely physical on both ends of the paint.
Johnson off the screen, works around, hesitates, falls, missed it. 9-point lead for CMU, 14:40 remaining. Reams outside, Ogene, and that is halfway down and out.
A good look that time by Reams. Thought it was in. Good shot. Central doing a much better job on the defensive end rebounding. We talked about that at halftime. Limiting Peru State just to 1.
Tedian knots that one. His third 3 made of the day. James, full head of steam, stopped. Outside Giddy. Now Reams wants to dance. What a crossover. Outside James. Quick trigger off the heel. CMU now 2 of 10 from distance. Peru State 7 of 15. Tedian wants to spin against James. Bounces it down low. Johnson slipped, kick out Ladu. Lado outside. 8 on the shot clock. Hook shot falls. And Roman Gentry is flustered about the lack of a whistle, but neither side is getting it.
No.
It's a 4-point deficit now for Peru State. Gay at the elbow, spins in James, drives, hangs, rejected by Tedian. And we've hit the under 15 timeout, 13-13 remaining in this one. Peru State trailed by as much as 11. They've cut the deficit to 4. So we'll step aside on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
.13 to play in Fayette. CMU on top of Peru State 55-51. Aaron Mosier with the Eagles Hall of Famer Dave Fox. Great day in mid-Missouri. Isaiah Reams inbounds with 13 on the shot clock. Rafael Gay against Lado. Recollects himself with 6 on the shot clock. Bonaparte. Crossover outside Ogene. Sidestep triple. Oh, wow. What a shot.
Clutch.
And he was great against Missouri Baptist in that loss. 5 of 9 from distance, 17 points led all for the Eagles.
You know, it's great awareness, too, by Bonaparte, 5 seconds on the shot clock, made a move, couldn't get all the way to the rim. Found the shooter.
And Ihukwu lost it. Ogene is open. And it's off front iron. Seven-point lead for CMU. Johnson with space, stop, kick out, swing. Johnson whips it in, but too hot to handle for Lado.
Aaron, you talk about Central shooting the ball very well to start the second half. Defensively, Central, I think, has picked it up a notch as well. Doing a much better job making things difficult for Peru State here in the second half.
Ogene off a couple of picks. Short.
Well, he's had a couple good looks last couple possessions, just couldn't get it to drop.
Johnson whips it out. And a feed into Hollins, batted away by Ogene. So Peru State possession, 15 on the shot clock. Stubblefield and Tedian return for the Bobcats. CMU 14-11 all-time versus Peru State. The Bobcats have won the last 4 meetings, including last year on a game winner in Fayette by Carlos Hines, who had 30 points in that performance. But he finally ran out of eligibility. He was in the same recruiting class as Marvin Bagley, Michael Porter Jr., SGA, DeAndre Ayton.
Wow.
Modern college basketball. Five on the shot clock for Stubblefield. Can't drop it in. And Johnson can't track it down. Bonaparte with a 7-point lead. Crossover to pull up, short. Gay can't get to it. I like the look there for the redshirt freshman, though.
Central's getting some great looks, some open shots. I agree. Nice little pull-up jump shot that time by Bonaparte, getting some really good offensive looks, sharing the basketball much better tonight than we've seen at recent times.
Okay, spin
Nice.
move, reverse,
Nice.
up and in.
What a great pass by Ginty. He realized the mismatch. And what a night Mr. Gay is having. 20 points.
Johnson to Stubblefield, baseline, he accelerates, heaves it back out, quick fire, back to Stubblefield for the flyby, long two, and it falls.
What a smart play by Stubblefield that time. Got the defender off his feet. Instead of a tough three-point shot, got him a nice couple dribbles, 15-foot, nothing but net jumper.
Okay. Wants to work against Tedian. Little fall away jumper, rattles off. Stubblefield with quickness and pace out to Johnson against Gay. Cut off baseline, a couple pump fakes, and trouble. And he was able to get the timeout off. And we hit the under 10 timeout. Eagles up by 7. CMU 60, Peru State 53. We'll step aside on the Hart Conference Network.
Before the lights, there's the grind. Every hour, every hit, every moment carved in sweat and sacrifice. Now, it's your stage. From grind to glory, 516 Sports Capital builds the stage for your story.
Welcome you back to Fayette. CMU 60, Peru State 53. Let's give you a quick score update from around the Hart. Tie ball game in Baldwin City. Baker and the Yellow Jackets of Graceland tied at 48. Yellow Jackets just recently had their double-digit win streak ended, and they fell to William Penn on Wednesday, but they're still 9-1 and first in the conference. Missouri Baptist and William Penn tied at 30 at the half. Culver Stockton has pulled away from Park 63-47 in Canton midway through the second half. Grandview leads Benedictine 43-38, 8:22 remaining in Atchison. Mid-American Nazarene has the day off. And they're right there in the muck of the Hart Conference. Graceland at the top, then you have William Penn and Missouri Baptist tied at 7-3. Mo Valley 7-4. Grandview, Peru State, Benedictine all tied at 6-4. And then you have Park and Baker tied at 5-4. CMU and Mid-Am tied at 5-5.
Wow.
Oh, that final run for the tournament seeding will certainly be interesting.
That final week of the Heart of America basketball may be very significant.
Collins out to Tedian as they work it around. Stubblefield steps back, jitters with 4 on the shot clock. And this is trouble for Luke Lee, who has to heave it. It's short, fresh off the bench. Sophomore from Frisco, Texas. O'Guiney. Inside, hands it off. Gay rejected by Tedian. And it trickles out to Reams. Back to O'Guiney, who just got up off the floor and knocks it down.
I wonder how many times he works on that in practice. Hey, lie on the floor, stand up, catch a pass, and shoot. Nothing but net. That whole possession was Ginty that time. Got the offensive rebound, great hustle, big basket.
10-point lead for CMU. Lee will try again, and this time he drains it.
That's why he's in the game, evidently. First time he's been in the game this entire game, and nothing but net.
Answers O'Guiney's third triple of the night. And Peru State defensively, you're talking about the way CMU is sharing the basketballs. We've got another timeout on the floor. They're holding opponents to 9.6 assist a game. That's top 10 nationally, first in the Heart. And opponents are shooting just 29% from distance against them. That's top 20 nationally. And so right now we've got CMU up 63-56 on Peru State. 8:30 remaining in this one. We'll keep it with you through this timeout. Conference has been wild, unsettled. This game has been wild and unsettled. Somehow we're at this point where CMU is up by 7. And in some ways, I don't even know how they've done it outside of Peru State has turned it over 12 times.
That's definitely a factor, no doubt. I think offensively, Central's been very good tonight as far as moving the basketball, picking and choosing, when to take it to the hole, when not to take it to the hole. Point distribution's a little bit better than maybe it's been the last couple of days. You talk about the big two and Gay and Reams. They got to produce offensively every night. I mean, they're that important to this basketball team. They're doing that tonight, and they're getting some help from some other people as well. But, with 8:30 remaining, it's really interesting. We talked about how this game is being officiated. It's very physical. Aaron, there have only been 5 fouls called in almost 12 minutes of college basketball. That just doesn't happen very often. We'll see if it stays that way this late, 8:30, or if, that changes.
Yep, Ashton Lovett, Austin Pereira, the only 2 players with 3 personal fouls. Quentin Wright, still Peru State's leading scorer with 14. Raphael Gay has 20 for CMU. Reams against Denham Johnson. Accelerates, jump stop, floater, got it.
Again, single lane gap. There's no help. Reams has got the advantage there against a shorter player with physical strength. Right back at him, Central Methodist with the turnover.
14 points for Isaiah Reams. 13th turnover for Peru State, and that's right on cue. O'Genney right to the cup.
No rotation. Stay aggressive.
Certainly far from one of the best defensive performances for Peru State. But they have had the triple today. Lado drops it in, and that's kept the Bobcats within reach.
That's how this game has been. Just when you think maybe things are okay, somebody hits a 29-footer.
Reams against Lee, crossover, long 2, money.
Good pick and pop action, great read by Reams, got the mismatch. That young man is in a very good offensive rhythm right now.
So are the Bobcats, 9 of 20 from distance. And Bonaparte comes around for the steal. Man, he has been sensational tonight. Unfortunately, Giddy gives it away. It's been the little lapses of focus for the Eagles tonight.
Yeah, he had players up the floor. All he had to do was square up, face his own basket. He had multiple options and threw the ball behind him. Unfortunate.
Reams will try. Offside iron. Peru State down by 8. Stubblefield open in the corner, short. Great box out by Bonaparte, and that's a foul on Lado.
I'll just tell you, the positive minutes by number 3 in gray tonight, Isaiah Bonaparte. Mentioned 14 points, made some good drives, some good decisions, got some steals. Nice block out that time. Just a complete game so far by Mr. Bonaparte. It's good to see.
Third personal on Lado. 6:20 to play. Reams. Gets it away, swing over to Bonaparte.
Got a mismatch.
Bonaparte drives, and he's fouled by Johnson. That's his third personal. So now 5 team fouls on Peru State, 2 for CMU. Eagles into the bonus. And Bonaparte back to the stripe. Eagles now 12 of 14 from there. Much better tonight at getting there and making them. They had just 8 free throw attempts against Missouri Baptist on Wednesday in a game they never led. Really nice bounce back at home this evening.
Still a long way to go. Obviously, we know the firepower Peru State has. Really have seen neither team pressure, when I say pressure, extend their defense beyond the half court.
Look at Ogene hustle. Tedian just has his hand in there to tie it up, but the possession arrow does favor CMU. James is in replacing Prater.
Ginty's been on the floor a couple times this second half. Great to see. Good effort that time. Another turnover, Peru State.
I think for Matt Sherman, that's what you wanted to see out of Giddy. You know what he provides on offense. He's a shooter. He can score. But he wanted to see him improve on the defensive end. And if he can fit in with the lineup of Ogene, Reams, and Gay, and whoever your fifth is, you have something. Reams to Ogene, that won't fall. I think this lineup with Bonaparte and Reams together has worked pretty well. A little bit smaller in the guard positions, but you're pretty big otherwise. Tedian, well off the mark.
Got numbers.
Bonaparte with pace. Can't reverse it in. Gay can't follow. Loose ball trickles out. Bonaparte tracks it down. Skip past James. Inside Rafael Gay. Back to James for 3. That won't fall.
That would have been big.
But you love the unselfish play they're having as well. Nice shovel pass. Griggs recollects, lays it up and in. Five minutes to go. Eagles up by 8. Bonaparte stepped out of bounds. That's a redshirt freshman against a graduate senior, Griggs. 4:53 remaining. We've hit the under 5 timeout. CMU 71, Peru State 63. Stick with us on the Hart Conference Network. .453 to go in Puckett Fieldhouse. CMU 71, Peru State 63. Thank you for sticking with us on this mid-January Saturday afternoon.
You know, Aaron, you were talking about modern-day basketball a little while ago, and certainly most of these teams have so many new kids. And sometimes you lose a kid at Christmas or something happens, an injury, and some kids that maybe didn't get the minutes they got because of that. They earn the opportunity to play, and I think you've seen Central Methodist. Certainly Ginty has really increased his defensive effort. Bonaparte, I think you can add to that. They've given him some great minutes tonight.
Look at him. Bonaparte got the block, missed. Peru State has missed some point-blank layups today.
Yes, they have. About 3 of them right there on that possession.
And Austin Prater has picked up his 4th personal. 13 foul for CMU. Griggs. Inside Lado against Gay. And look at Prater just rip it away.
Central doubling on the big fella all night tonight. Great job that time, as you said, by Prater. Big possession. Mr. Gay has been quiet the last couple of minutes. Let's see if Central tries to get him the basketball.
Oh, Bonaparte. What a move.
That'll be fine right there.
Young fellow with 12 points. Griggs to Wright, who's been held at 15 points for a while now after his first half. Griggs, rejected by Ogene. CMU with numbers. Reams full steam ahead. Off the window and in. He goes careening into the backstop.
Matt Sherman, I don't disagree with him. Addressing the official, the underneath official. There was some contact after that shot. No call.
Ihukwu, offside iron. 12-point lead for CMU, shooting 48% from the field. Gay with 20, Reams with 18, and Ogene with 15, and Bonaparte with 12. Reams off the bounce, navigates, gives it to Ogene. 7 on the shot clock, step back, triple, low off the mark. Gay saves it into the hands of Ihukwu. And he slithers in, throws it up wildly. .235 to play. And Matt Sherman's called a timeout.
Really good last 8 minutes or so by these Eagles. Really good second half, but shot the ball well. We talked at halftime. Whoever continues to shoot the ball well in the second half, I think Central's won that battle. I think the turnover count definitely favors Central Methodist, and we talk rebounding. I don't know what the count is. Central defensively has really limited Peru State on the glass from an offensive rebound standpoint. We'll see if that's a factor.
Eagles trailing the rebounding battle by 8, but they have held Peru State to 11 offensive rebounds. And I think the offensive rebounds for Peru State, any of the rebounding has come in bunches. I think for the most part, outside of a couple possessions, it's
we just had one where
even.
they got 3 offensive rebounds, missing a bunny, right? So 100%. So
score update from around the heart in the area. Columbia defeats Central Baptist on homecoming. For the Mustangs, Columbia just continues to roll. They rolled through their non-conference schedule against the Heart, and it doesn't seem like anything's going to stop them through the AMC. What a squad that Thomas Brock has put together this year. Reams, floater, short. Stubblefield steps back. Gets it back. Bounces it up top. Quentin Wright. Off the mark. Another rebound for Raphael Gay. Ogene almost went across. Got it over to Bonaparte. Up ahead, Raphael Gay. And he runs straight into Tedian for a foul.
thought maybe that'd be a 2-shot foul. I believe they've called this on the floor. Good execution by Central versus the pressure of Peru State. Central up 12's looking at maybe 2 or 3 great defensive possessions. And we're still not in the bonus yet, are we? Nope.
Reeves. Over to Bonaparte. CMU works some clock. Gay against Tedian. Bonaparte drills it. Stubblefield wants to answer. Can't. 15-point lead for CMU. Not a pretty performance today, at least in the 50-50 ball department. Ogene is fouled, but as you mentioned, on offense, it's looked pretty good. I think the word I'm looking for, it has not been conventional.
You know, at this time of the year in this conference, correct? Nothing's more important than a W. How you get it, you know what, just as long as you get it. You talk Central coming off a couple tough road losses, pick up a win here this afternoon, we think. I believe they're at home Wednesday night at Baker here on Wednesday. Is that correct?
That
so
is
you
right.
got another home game. Look at the balanced scoring, 20, 15, 16, 19 by the Eagles tonight. Very efficient offensively.
William Penn leads Missouri Baptist 37-34. Beginning the second half there, Grandview has extended their lead on Benedictine 59-47. And Baker and Graceland are tied at 57 with Just under 12 minutes to play there in Baldwin City. Something to keep an eye on.
Yes, it is.
Baker could be finding their team in the second half of the season after they struggled a bit to begin the year. After such an amazing year last year for them, 7-10 overall, but they're 5-4 in conference play. Right now, just ahead of CMU. Can't take anything for granted in this conference.
Well, one thing that's probably as important is winning at home. Because winning on the road, as you know, and we've seen with this Eagle basketball team, is not easy regardless of where you play.
Eagles will move to 6-2 in Puckett Fieldhouse. Peru State will fall to 2-6 away from Peru. Eagles will move to 12-7 overall, 6-5 in conference play. And we'll get back in the win column. Bobcats will have their 4-game win streak snapped. They'll fall to 10-8 and 6-5 in conference play.
You know, we talked about Central shooting the ball very well this evening. I believe you said Peru State came in almost averaging 80 points a game. Central holding them to 63. It still could change with 48.7 seconds remaining, but pretty good defensive effort by these Eagles to
Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're back here with Coach Sherman. Coach, I thought that Isaiah Bonaparte was a real standout tonight. 15 points, 4 steals, and you're looking for guys to help out the top of your rotation like Reams and Gay and Ogene. We know what they're going to offer every night, but you're looking for those candidates. And how about the redshirt freshman, what he did?
I thought his defense led into everything for him, and that's when Isaiah's at his best, is when he's being a pest defensively. This says 4 steals, but he had a handful of other deflections that didn't always necessarily lead to a steal, but just got the other team out of their groove and stuff like that. And when he can come in and provide energy and stuff like that, and he has to play off the ball a lot right now, just because Isaiah Reams isn't going to come out of the game unless he has to. And so Ike's, and we got 2 Isaiahs, so we got a Zay and an Ike, but we call Bonaparte Ike. So he's playing off guard a lot right now, and he's having to adjust to that offensively. But tonight he did knock down a big outside shot that I thought really kind of sealed the deal and took away any hope I think Peru had there the last couple minutes, and kept that lead there in double digits. And when he's playing hard defensively, he's just got so much confidence, and it elevates the rest of his game. And he was able to get to the basket tonight, and when we've got another guard getting to the basket, it opens up things for other people, and it takes a little more pressure off of Reams as well. Very, very proud and love the way he played tonight. So,
what do you think about Rafael Gay, a bounce-back performance, 22 points, 9 rebounds? We've talked about, he's always got that potential to be the enforcer in any game and to set the tone for your team. What is it going to take for him to continue to have performances like this against the best of the competition in the conference?
For him, it's a mindset. So 22 and 9, that's what he averages when we win. So, for him, this is, not to downplay it, but this is an average game for him when we win. But that's how special of a player he can be. And we all know it. We push him to try to be that player, and it's not easy to have that mindset. But that's what separates average players from great players. And we've got to put him in the right situations, though, too, us and his teammates, to try to help him out. He gets doubled almost every possession, and that gets frustrating from a player. I know what that feels like a lot, and there's not everybody that knows what that feels like. You want to press the issue sometimes. So I thought he kept his head tonight and played physical. And for me, when his rebounding numbers are up there, I think his points are up there as well, and it just kind of shows you that he's involved in the game, and his head's in the game in the right spot. And I thought he had a big second half for us, and he was big for us tonight.
Yeah, and then the second half of the season is going to be wide open for the conference. You have Baker coming up on Wednesday, and they're playing Graceland really well right now, up by 1 with 8 minutes to go there. A team that did not start the season well, similar to Peru State, but you get the month of January, a little bit different, and you start to find your stride. How can your team continue to do that against a Baker team that's doing it as well?
I think if we come out with the same effort that we had tonight, I really love our chances. We definitely have to clean some things up. Baker's going to play differently. Haven't looked too much into them, but I know at one time they were playing more zone and mixing up defenses and just trying to be different, because they're a very different team than they were last year. And that's why they had a slow start, because they have 15 new players, but they're going to be very well coached, and they play very hard. They're long and they're athletic, and they got the ability to score. But they're going to hang their hat on defense. So we'll have to be ready to play and play hard. But just going to be another hard-fought conference game. But that's how they're all going to be from here on out, because it's going to be a dogfight for that second spot in conference. But we'll see. We'll see if teams can still give Graceland some more tough games. Not to just give them the crown, but they've got a little lead right now. But their best players hurt for a few games. So we'll see what happens. But we just got to keep fighting and stay in it.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. Great win tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Final score: CMU 81, Peru State 65. Thank you for joining us today. Great wins by both the women's and men's team. Again, we'll see you on Wednesday night against Baker. For everybody here at CMU, I'm Aaron Mosier. We'll see you next time.